Damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
What do YouTube? B. Kelly back again with another banger video. In today's video, y'all, I am going to be talking about 5 highly touted recruits that didn't exactly pan out in their college football career. Now, what I mean by this is all these recruits that are coming out of high school that I'm going to be talking about in today's video were very hyped up going into college and were expected to be game changers in the programs that they were going into. Now, before I move on with the video, remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, as we are on the road to 10K. Now let's get into it. The first guy that I'm going to be talking about in today's video comes from the 2015 recruiting class, and that is cornerback Kevin Toliver II. Now, in this class, he was a 5-star recruit, the number 9 player in the nation, and the number 2 cornerback in that class as well. Coming out of high school, he had a total of 46 offers, and out of his 46 offers, he would end up choosing LSU. By no means was Toliver a bad player at all at LSU. It's just he had a lot of hype going in, and I wouldn't necessarily say he necessarily reached the hype that he was expected to reach. And honestly, I think he probably could have reached more of his hype that he was expected to have if he would have stayed for one final year at LSU for 2018. But in his career, he was pretty solid, as he had 82 career tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 16 pass deflections, and 1 forced fumble. He had a pretty good junior campaign in 2017 and had a pretty dang good freshman season in 2015, but as a sophomore in 2016, he faced injury issues as he only played 7 games and missed the final 5 games due to injury. Many people did expect him to come back for a senior season for 2018, and they thought that was going to be the year that he was going to break out, but instead, Kevin Toliver would decide to declare his name for the 2018 NFL Draft, where he went undrafted. After he went undrafted, he would sign with the Chicago Bears, where he would play there for 2 seasons from 2018 to 2019 on their active roster, where he played in a total of 27 games, where he had 29 total tackles, 25 of them being solo, and also 4 pass deflections as well, starting in 2 games while he was there. Going into the 2020 season, he was released by Chicago. Then shortly thereafter, he was picked up by the Broncos to be on their practice squad. He would be eventually activated to the active roster for 2020, and he played in a total of 2 games where he had 3 tackles. Next up, from the 2016 recruiting class, we have quarterback Malik Henry. Now, in this class, he ranked as a 4-star recruit, a top 50 player, and the number 4 pro-style quarterback in his class, and he had a variety of offers coming out of high school, and he would end up choosing Florida State. As highly touted as Malik Henry was coming out of high school, no one really saw this happening in his college football career. That did happen, as this guy seemed like he was going to be a baller, but that just was not the case due to many things. Now, at Florida State, he did get suspended for violating team rules, and after being there for 1 season, he would end up transferring to Independence Community College, where he was on Last Chance U. Now, I know a lot of my viewers on this channel are Last Chance U fans, and you probably already know what he did at Last Chance U and some of the issues that he had while he was there. After Last Chance U, he would end up transferring to Nevada as a walk-on. He would be at Nevada for 1 season in the 2019 college football season, where he played in 3 games, completing 54% of his passes. He threw for 593 yards, 1 touchdown, and 4 interceptions. Before being non-officially suspended, but not suspended from the team, he just took a break from the team, as the coach kind of said it, to get back on track with some things off the field. But after that season, Malik Henry would not come back to Nevada, as he unenrolled from Nevada. As of 2021, Malik Henry is currently playing in the Indoor Football League with the Frisco Fighters. Sticking with the 2016 recruiting class, the next guy that we're going to be talking about is linebacker from that class, Ben Davis. Now, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings, he ranked as a 5-star recruit, the number 1 inside linebacker, and the number 10 player in the nation, and he would end up choosing Alabama out of his 24 offers. Ben Davis would be a member of the Alabama Crimson Tide football team from 2016 to 2020 for a total of 5 seasons, including a redshirt season as well, and he was nothing more than just a backup linebacker. Now, Alabama is stacked, especially at the front 7 linebacker / defensive end positions, as they always get the top players in the nation, and sometimes they have guys who are 5 stars that are just backups, And that's just the reality of Alabama football. They're just that stacked. And that kind of happened to Ben, as in his career at Alabama, he had 7 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and 1 pass deflection. He transferred from Alabama for the 2021 season to go play for Texas, and he's expected to have a much bigger role with the Longhorns, and this is his final year of college eligibility, and he has to show up now and show people why he was regarded as one of the best players in the nation coming out of 2016 to solidify himself as a top draft pick, or at least one of the better ones for the 2022 NFL Draft. People talk about Ben Davis as a very good player and that he was just in a position at Alabama that was very, very stacked his entire career, and that now he's at Texas, he's going to have a bigger opportunity to get more playing time and really show what he's about, and I think that could be the case as well, but for now, we have to put him on this list until he starts getting some more playing time, which I think he will at Texas, and really shows us what he's about. Going to take it a little farther back into the 2013 recruiting class with the number 1 pro-style quarterback in that class in Max Brown. Now in this class, he ranked as a 5-star recruit and the number 11 player in that class, and he would end up choosing USC over schools like Alabama, Washington, and Oklahoma. Max Brown would spend a total of 4 seasons at USC, including a redshirt season as a true freshman. He was battling for the starting job for most of his career, and he lost most of the starting jobs that he was fighting for, except in his redshirt junior season at USC, where he actually beat out Sam Darnold going into the season. But after the first game, he would end up losing the job to Sam Darnold and never got it back. In his career at USC, he completed 62% of his passes, threw for 650 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. After the 2016 season, he would grad transfer to Pitt. Max Brown for Pitt would come in as the starting quarterback, and he would actually be replaced a little bit during the season, but he would take back the starting job, and unfortunately, his season would be cut short as versus Syracuse, he would get hurt, and that was ultimately the end of his career. In his final year of college football at Pitt, he completed 71% of his passes, threw for 997 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. In his college football career, he completed 67% of his passes, threw for 1,647 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. The final guy that I'm going to be talking about in today's video comes from the 2014 recruiting class, and that is wide receiver Speedy Noil. Now in this class, he was a 5-star recruit, the number 10 player in the nation, and the number 1 player in his position. He held a total of 16 offers according to 24/7 Sports, and he would end up choosing Texas A&M after many people thought he was an LSU lean. When Speedy Noil first got to Texas A&M, he showed a lot of potential as a true freshman in 2014, where in 12 games played, he had 46 receptions for 583 yards, averaging 13 yards per reception and 5 touchdowns. Not only that, he was great in the special teams side of things as well, as on kick returns, he had 645 total yards, averaging 24 yards per return. Speedy would spend 2 more seasons at Texas A&M, where he didn't have as good of a year as he did in his freshman campaign, and this was mainly due to playing less games, not being as big of a factor for the team in the pass game and special teams side of things. And overall, in his career at Texas A&M, he did get in trouble off the field and did even face suspension issues at Texas A&M while he was on the team. He would finish his career with 88 receptions for 1,134 yards, averaging 13 yards per reception, and 9 touchdowns through the air. And for special team sides of things, on kick returns, he had 990 total yards, averaging 23 yards per return. And on punt returns, he had a total of 197 yards in total. Now, he would forgo his final year of eligibility at Texas A&M and declare his name for the 2017 NFL Draft, where he went undrafted. He would have some short stints with the NFL and the Canadian Football League, but nothing ever really came of it. Well guys, if you guys have made it this far in the video, remember to smash that like button, turn on them post notifications, and subscribe for more videos. B. Kelly, out.